I'm Esli Amaya from Fifth Sun Project.
I'm Victoria Flores with the Solidarity Bridge.
Oh, and this is Quetzali, my daughter.
She slid in my DM.
It was the other way around, girl. It was actually a mutual friend that brought us together. She saw that we were both doing very similar work, and she told us like, oh, I have this friend, and you probably might come across her, so I might as well introduce you. And shout out to Olga. She's the one that brought us together, and we started talking over the phone, right? Because I was in Texas.
Yeah, I remember I was outside in my backyard, and we had a long conversation.
We did.
Yeah.
We just talked about like our vision mostly, right? And what we wanted to do with the community, past work. Victoria talked about the Bernie campaign and how she was involved with that, and I told her about what got us involved with the community was like with Kurt, really the way he went to Standing Rock. I think that's where it all started off for us, going up there. And
I remember telling you about the protests and doing mutual aid, and you just being so supportive and asking, hey, who's in this? Who's helping you? And I was like,
it's a one-woman show.
Yeah.
We're very small, it's 3 of us. So I was like, well, let's start working together. We all have the same vision. We all have the same background. We have the same roots. And we started with the cleanup was the very first thing we did.
It was
Earth Lake. So it's actually our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, anniversary, partnership. It was a genesis of what we have now.
It started with cleanups, and then we have our weekly food prep, which is going on 1 year on May, 21st?
Mm-hmm.
Will be our 1-year anniversary of doing weekly food preps, where we work with Las Vegas Liberation to feed our houseless neighbors. We try and get a goal of about 50 meals a week. Now we're doing events that bring different groups together, so we all have a space to bring in different concepts and work together. The biggest vision for us was the east side. Like, that was our connection, was growing up on the east side, and the east side being very underserved, underrepresented, and we wanted to do that. That's where we grew up, that's our hood, those are our people. And even though the meal preps that we do don't go to the east side, they go to the west side. That's another underserved community. Victoria still has the fridge. She now has a library, now a community garden, and that's all for the east side neighbors and anyone who needs those resources. And then we had this vision and initiative.
It's our native plant-based foods recipe booklet that was sponsored by Advent Pop, and it's a collaboration of Fifth Sun Project, Flamingo, the Solidarity Bridge, and we wanted to get a booklet showcasing staple food items that we get at the pantry that people could use. We're constantly being served processed meals in our underserved areas, and we wanted to put out some native, fresh, wholesome food. So we got together and we created this booklet with some pretty great recipes for our community.
To go to the libraries, our friend Robin with the Shift House lives down the street here from the Indian Center, and she has a little library in her yard too. So that was kind of the idea, is to put it out there, a little free resource, and then also another way that our supporters can have something kind of novelty where they can donate and contribute to the program as well.
Our organizations are grassroots, so we don't get funding from anyone besides the community, like community members. Like everything we do, we rely on donations. We do the fundraising,
sponsorships from other like-minded, bigger groups that are nonprofits. You know, if they have the funds, then we're not shy to ask because it goes back to the community, whatever project that we put out there. So yeah, it's mostly donations and small sponsorships.
Yeah. It really shows where there's people, there's power. So that's one thing that our organizations have showcased, that people want to help and they have that opportunity, now that we do events, and it's just an added resource, and it's bringing us all together. So as Leslie said, there wasn't too many resources in East Las Vegas, and now we got people from all over wanting to volunteer with us. And again, it's a weekly thing. And also we're working with other organizations, North Las Vegas, with Historic West Side. So we're also bridging those gaps and just empowering our community. So.
This was originally planned for spring equinox on March 20th. But it got kind of windy that day, so we had to postpone. It ended up working out because now we have a super badass lineup, and we have a lot of the partners that we already work with together that weren't able to make the first schedule. So I feel like it worked out better than we imagined.
The purpose of this event was not only doing events to bring us together, but to educate. So at the pantry we have donations, but it's not just about giving people just free food, right? Or it's also about us taking it a step further and learning to grow our own food. Like that's the next step of our sovereignty and liberation. So connecting roots is, as Lee mentioned, outside. We're all expanding. We're all connected to this one big giant web of a tree and ecosystem. And so we ended up deciding to put everything together, and that's where the workshops came in for the educational aspect of it. The musicians, because art and
artivism
it's all intertwined, right? So activism with environmental justice, food justice, racial justice, that's all connected.
So we're only active as far as social media is Instagram, both of our groups. So we mostly connect with our supporters on there. We get a hold of volunteers or people who reach out to us when they see our flyers through Instagram. I mean, it even gets as personal as texting people that we just met and letting them know, hey, we have this coming up. If you are interested in participating, meeting other groups, and then them letting us know that they have stuff going on, and just staying connected like that.
The Solidarity Fridge is open 24/7. The address is out there.
We're always at Victoria's.
Yeah, we do food preps there. Like we organize there. We do our meetings. People can donate online. They can donate in person.
When we have events like this is a fun way for people to get something back. We have a raffle, like today's fundraising initiative is the raffle. So all the vendors have donated a piece of their art to be raffled off for a donation that would go back into the food program that we do with Las Vegas Liberation. We always make it work though, whether it's food donations, monetary donations, people connecting us with other orgs that could possibly sponsor us. There's always a way.
Yeah, there's always a way to help. Whether it's funds, your time, you collecting food items, or connecting us with resources. That's a very big thing. Connecting us with people that are going to throw out items that could otherwise be donated. So just those little things really help.
Shout out to our committee. We just created this collective committee with some of the best people that we know and work with.
Amazing.
Rick, Jesus, Marisol, of course the girls from Fifth Sun Project, Steph, Gio, Kurt, Edwin, Ceci. There's 13 of us. Jose, of course, Jose. That's the homie.
Yeah, and it's a collaboration of everybody doing work that's always been supportive of not just our efforts, but the community's efforts. And we've all gathered together, and now we're on the next stage of, utilizing everybody's skills and working together. Nobody's gonna help us. Nobody's here to save us. We save ourselves, and we're doing it for our lineage, the people that aren't here.
For our future.
Yeah.
Our kids, our siblings, and all those who don't ever get a chance to have a voice. They didn't, or they still don't. We're here for that. We're all in it together.
Yeah. We're in solidarity with anybody that's oppressed.
You want to say something? Okay. I guess not.